Test 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 48. We'll celebrate our 50th. We'll bring cake. Welcome everyone to our 48th Planning and Housing Committee meeting. First, I'd like to acknowledge that Ottawa is located on unceded and never surrendered territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe Nation, whose culture and presence have nurtured and continue to nurture this land. I see that on screen and around the table we have quorum. This is a public meeting to consider the proposed comprehensive official plan and zoning bylaw amendments listed as items 4.1 and 4.2 on today's agenda. For the items just mentioned, only those who are specifically identified in the Planning Act who make oral submissions today or written submissions before the amendments are adopted may appeal the matter to the Ontario Land Tribunal. In addition, the applicant may appeal the matter to the Ontario Land Tribunal if council does not adopt an amendment within 90 days of receipt of the application for a zoning bylaw amendment and 120 days for an official plan amendment. To submit written comments on these amendments prior to their consideration by City Council on June 11th, 2025, please email or call the committee or council coordinator. Are there any declarations of interest? No. Are the minutes of our meeting number 47, May 21st, 2025 confirmed? Thank you very much. We have two items of substance on the agenda today. There is the zoning bylaw amendment for 245 Lamarche Avenue. I don't have any delegations. We received some correspondence. Did any members wish to have this item held? I don't see so.
Let's make a quick comment if that's okay.
So before I turn it over to the, sorry, I'm just going to ask the applicant if the committee is prepared to carry this, whether they still wish to speak. No. So Councillor Kitts, I know you have a desire to make a quick comment.
Sure, thanks for everyone's indulgence. I did want to comment on this because it is a significant development, 468 units. And as the chair mentioned, we did get some thoughtful submissions about it. I always like to highlight when the proponent works with staff in my office to address feedback. And there was a lot of back and forth on this. So increased setbacks, more trees, privacy fencing, accelerated timeline for the park, increased visitor parking, etc. So we need more of that dialogue with developers. So I do like to highlight it. It's appreciated. And I also wanted to say I feel like I am being heard on my previous rants at this committee on the TIA because this was the first one I saw that actually acknowledged car dependence, putting it at 70% auto travel despite being adjacent to an arterial main street. But the real reason I wanted to comment is because I've been in front of this committee before talking about the Innis and Lamarche intersection, which is still not signalized. We are working through that, but this community adds 468 units to a community that the full build out will be over 1,000 units. Their only entry and exit point is onto Innis Road, which is operating over capacity, and that entrance point is not signalized. And our warrants say that it's not necessary to be signalized. So I think there's a fundamental problem with that, where our development is proceeding so quickly that our infrastructure warrants are not keeping up. And I appreciate the community's concerns that we are adding more units where there's already an unsafe access point. So I just wanted to make that point, but I will be supporting this application. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Kitts. Did any other members have anything they wanted to add to that? Nope. Is this item carried? Our second item is the application for 3285 and 3305 Boris O'Kane. We don't have a presentation. There are no delegations and we didn't receive any correspondence. Did any members wish to have that held? Susan Murphy with Kaivan, if the committee is prepared to carry this, did you still wish to speak? Okay, members, is that item carried? Thank you. We don't have any in-camera items today. Oh, that was withdrawn. On the agenda, there was the Hard Rock Cafe sign that was withdrawn and dealt with the council. And I believe Councillor Troster, on behalf of Councillor Carr, has a notice of motion to make.
Thank you so much, Chair. Whereas the Pearlie and Rideau Veterans Health Center located at 1750 Russell Road in Alta Vista Ward 18 is a not-for-profit healthcare service provider, providing care for seniors and veterans with 800 plus employees and 400 volunteers. And whereas Pearlie and Rideau Veterans Health Center has approval for a partial renovation of existing space, as well as a new 3,768 square foot, one-story addition to the existing healthcare facility pending building permit issuance. And whereas the new space will be used to provide programming to existing seniors residents, as well as offer a daycare program for staff with children, with a total construction budget estimated at approximately $4 million. Cool. Whereas in order to help offset the cost for the renovation and expansion project, Pearlie Health has requested the city exempt the project from development charges in the approximate amount of $145,313, which includes the allocation of $54,752 to fund public transit. And whereas under section 7(1)(q) of the development charges bylaw adopted by council, development on land owned by a nonprofit corporation provider of childcare and long-term facilities may be exempted from development charges where specifically authorized by a resolution of council. And whereas any discretionary exemption must be funded by the city's development charge exemption budget. This is a long one, sorry guys. And whereas, as currently described in the development charges bylaw, section 7(3), the public transit component of the development charge imposed by this bylaw, including the area specific development charge for the Trillium Line extension public transit area, shall be payable. And whereas with the recent amendments proposed through Bill 17, this development proposal would be statutorily exempt from development charges if passed by the legislature, including the public transit component of the development charge. And whereas the final development charge will be calculated at the time the building permit is prepared to be issued, and whereas building code services will be notified that the property is exempt from paying development charges at the time of building permit issuance, therefore be it resolved that Planning and Housing Committee resolved to exempt the Pearlie and Rideau Veterans Health Center, 1750 Russell Road, from development charges in the total amount of $145,313, which includes the public transit component of $54,752. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Troster. So we'll deal with that at our meeting on June the 18th. Are there any inquiries none were received prior? Oh, sorry. Let me open that up. Sorry, Councillor Tierney, I couldn't quite see the speakers. Please go ahead.
Yeah, no worries at all, Chair. I just wanted to make sure there was recorded attendance that I was here. I didn't hear that at the beginning. Thanks.
We didn't have a roll call. I saw quorum on screen. Okay, so are there any inquiries? No inquiries. We don't have any other business. We're adjourned until Wednesday, June 18th. Thank you very much, everyone.